Hello again, it's Mark Panic with your Literature of Hawaii class. Here we are down at Hilo Bayfront. Now, you might want to take a look at the surroundings over here, and then what I like to do in places like this is close my eyes and imagine. And what you might imagine is 1792 up until about the late 1790s. And if you look out on Hilo Bay back then, what you would see is over 1,000 koa canoes training to become part of Kamehameha I's armada, the one that he used to try to unite all the islands. This was Kamehameha's headquarters for those years, from the early 1790s to about 1804, if you remember, when the squatting sickness scene happened in the time before light. Where do you think those canoes came from? Well, the headquarters was here because it rained a lot in Hilo, and it was a great place to harvest giant koa trees to build koa canoes. And this is where they trained, right out here. To this day, you have people in cultural reclamation projects still paddling and racing canoes out here on Hilo Bay, just like this one. And if you come here on a Saturday during the summertime, you'll see people using the exact kind of traditional koa canoes that would have been used centuries ago. And that brings us to Lisa Kanae. I know Lisa from the paddling community. I paddle. She paddles for a club called Anue Nue for one of the greatest steersmen of all time, the guy named Nappy Napoleon. He's completed every single Molokai Hoi channel race, unbelievably. Now, this book that she came out with, Islands Linked by Ocean, if you're not reading it in the context of this class, it might come off as a few light stories of slice of life kind of things. But when you put them into the context of the Literature of Hawaii class and the conversation that we've been having for these several weeks, particularly up against what Haunani K. Trask had to say about decolonizing Hawaiian literature, these become full of depth. Because in the very first story even, we have a 30-something Hawaiian woman picking up a paddle for the first time and not doing so well at it, paddling canoe in the Alawai Canal to be part of a canoe club. The Alawai Canal, of course, was dredged in 1912 by a United States military contract to drain the taro patches of their water in Waikiki and pave the way for the skyscrapers that you see in her stories. Everything, in other words, becomes really ripe with symbolic meaning in everything that she has to say in these stories. And you might want to think about this and make direct comparisons or direct connections to what you saw in Haunani K. Trask's Decolonizing Literature of Hawaii. Enjoy.